15. It took about
Really? That's
45
amazing, Peter.
minutes. Yeah.
That's
Hello,
wonderful.
good evening.
And easy to
Lauren.
pass. You just drove in, parked, went inside. It
Yeah.
was wonderful.
Happy birthday, Reva.
Thank you very much.
Birthday, Reva.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to
We made it somewhere.
Thank you.
Birthday to you.
I could sing, I would.
That's the sum total of my voice.
It's good enough for me. It's perfect for my birthday and the lovely message you sent me anyway on my phone.
Fabulous. And it's nice that Lawrence is here as well on your
My
birthday.
cousin. Yes, it is. Hey, cousin.
I have a slight complaint to the teacher.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah?
It was quite hard to do any homework during Wimbledon.
Oh, yeah. I think that's,
Don't worry, I've done no homework at all this time, not even a page.
Oh, do you
no,
do
there wasn't
that?
much homework. It was
No,
really
there
just
wasn't.
consolidating.
Yeah.
Yes.
no.
So, and today we're starting a new chapter. So today there'll be a proper amount of homework.
Hi, Marion.
Wimbledon only
Fine.
finished at Sunday, Lay.
This was quite substantial, I thought.
Oh, okay. But it wasn't, yeah, it was. But it wasn't new, right?
No.
At least.
Jacob, you better tell the L about Brian.
What about me?
No, not this
oh,
Brian.
Brian, yeah.
Yes.
Brian's been
no.
positive.
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
do.
I told you.
Yeah,
So,
but-
I'm sorry.
He phoned
So
me
sorry
this
to hear.
morning. Brian phoned me this morning and said, look, he's had his injection. He wasn't feeling well. The doctor tested him and he's definitely COVID-19 positive, but he is not feeling that bad.
That's good.
And
Maybe
the
because he
main-
already had the Pfizer.
Yeah.
He already,
Absolutely. He had it, I think, about more than 3 weeks ago. And the maid that's looking after him has had both injections.
Oh, that's good.
that's good.
So he sounded all right to me, and let's thank God he doesn't get worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What about his caregiver? I mean,
The
Amelia.
caregiver, Amelia has had both.
Oh,
Both
okay, great,
injections. That's great.
great.
Someone please close the fridge.
What?
Would someone please close their fridge?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah, I
Just
agree.
like
It
that, huh?
Cold, Lawrence.
was a horrible day today.
Mm.
I love this weather.
Even though it was my birthday, I must say I agree with you. It was.
It was just a
Happy
cold
birthday,
day.
Rita. Lawrence
Anyway.
has such a sense of humor.
Mm.
There, Harriet's
Happy-
just joined us.
Hi, Reva. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Harriet, darling. It's sweet of you. Thanks.
Have a good year with health and joy.
May that extend to all of us here.
Amen.
Hi, love.
Hi, how's it, Harriet? How's Emma doing?
Much, much better.
Is
Much
she?
better. She's really turned a corner. That sort
Oh,
of
that's
40-day thing. Yeah, yeah. So
great.
relieved.
Good.
And Ian as well.
Ian as well. Yeah, they're
Thank
both.
God. Fantastic.
Great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, how are we doing? Jacob, will you allow me to share? Please. Thank you.
Page six.
That one. That one over. This one. What do you think, Reva? Shall we start?
Yes, I think so. I think nearly everyone's here. So, Reva Foreman Chair, Temple Israel, Hillbrow, Johannesburg, South Africa wishes you to yet another extraordinary mitzvah-given session led by Lael Bethlehem, our spiritual leader, so that all of us can have a closer love and acquaintance
That's right.
with the Hebrew letters in our Torah. Thank you, Lael. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Reva. And before we continue, although many of us have wished Reva individually, we do just want to again wish Reva Foreman a very, very happy birthday. And Reva, thank you for all the work you do for our community and for all the people around you and for the leadership that you've given us over difficult times. I was saying to you this morning that I think you are one of Johannesburg's truly great personalities. You know, when the history of the city is written, I think people will recognize the role that you've played and the trailblazing role that you've played as a woman in business and also as a leader of the Jewish community. So Yom Huledet Sameach to you. May you be blessed with many more birthdays in good health, in happiness, and may God continue to bless the work of your hands.
Thank you, Lel. Those are the beautiful words I've received today. Thank you so much. I value them. Thank you.
Lel, I think you should teach us to sing happy birthday for next time.
Okay.
In Hebrew.
That's a good idea in Hebrew. That's a very good idea.
Then we can wish people happy birthday.
Yeah, that's a deal. That's a great idea. So the homework was the last part of chapter 4 and really consolidating the letters that we've already learnt. And I think what I'm going to do is move straight on to chapter 5. I hope people did get a chance to do the homework, which will really just help you to consolidate what we've already learnt. But today we have the exciting opportunity to learn some new letters and a new vowel. So I think that's probably what we should do, is just carry on with that. So
I don't have chapter 5.
Okay, so that is, I'm sorry about that, Peter. I somehow couldn't find your email address when I was sending it out. And I asked that it be sent on, but I'm sorry that it hasn't reached you. I do apologize.
Okay.
So what I will do, would you mind, I should have just WhatsApped you and asked you for your email address. Would you just send me your email address on the WhatsApp and I will correct that very smartly, and sorry that it hasn't reached you. And there may be others. I think, Lawrence, you also don't have it. So I do apologize for all those who don't have it. Can you see it reasonably well on my screen? It is, I don't know if it's big enough.
Very well.
You can see it well. Okay.
Peter, can you just check your email, because I definitely sent it out to your email. So if you wouldn't mind just checking your junk mail and that type of thing.
Oh, it might have gone into the junk mail.
Because it has definitely gone out. The only one I haven't got an email address for is for Lawrence.
No, I always get something. When did you send it?
I sent it on, I think it was either Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, so so the version that I've got is a version that I took off a wonderful internet resource called the Internet Archive. And what you do with Internet Archive is you type in the name of a book that you want, and believe it or not, they lend it to you on an hourly basis for free. So this book is called Teach Yourself to Read Hebrew. And it's by Joseph Anderson, I think it is. And you can buy it on Amazon very easily. If you go to Amazon and say, teach yourself to read Hebrew, it's got a yellowish cover. You will see it there. The one I saw yesterday was $13, but you don't have to buy the book physically. You can just borrow it from this library called the Internet Archive. But obviously I will be sending it around, but it is true that this is not the most ideal copy. In particular, I think it came out a little bit small. Nonetheless, I hope it is reasonably useful, and I hope that we're all going to be able to use it for our learning. Okay, so we are on to lesson 5, and in lesson 5, we are learning 3 new letters. And the letters that we are learning, I think I can do it this way. Oh, I've just seen a new skill. There we go. That is better, is it not? So let me see if I can keep on doing that. All right, so I hope it's big enough and that everybody can see it nicely. So I'm also going to try and just move across. Okay, good. I hope everybody is seeing those 3 letters that we are learning today very clearly on the left-hand side of the screen. The three letters that we are learning are called the nun, the samech, and the ayin. So first what they do, as they always do, is they remind us about the letters we already learned. Aleph, bet, vet, gimel with a gap, dalid, looks a bit like a doorway, hey, got a hole, vav, zayin, chet with the closed throat, tet with a hole at the top, yud, which is the ya sound, or sometimes it's only there to help the e to become longer. Kuf and chuf, so the kuf has got the hard sound. It's like someone kicked a ball into its belly, ka, ka, ka. And then cha, which is the soft sound. Lamed, la, mem, the hole at the bottom, shin, and taf. Those are the letters we've already learnt. Lawrence, if you want to do a catch-up anytime, please contact me, we'll arrange it. Here are the vowels we've learnt. A, e, a. Everybody happy so far? That's what we have learned so far. Any questions about what we've learned so far? If not, let's go on to our three new letters. Nun. N, as in now. Samech. S, as in sun. And ayin, which, believe it or not, is another silent letter. Why on earth would Hebrew require two silent letters when you've already got one silent letter? Nobody knows. Nobody knows why we have to have now two silent letters, but we do. And sometimes they use the aleph and sometimes they use the ayin. That's simply a matter of spelling, doesn't change the sound at all. And as for the reason, there is no reason. So these are the three letters that we are learning today. Lawrence, you and I will chat. I don't know how much Hebrew reading you've got, but the basic method is to take the consonant and to add it to the vowel, which appears usually underneath the letter. And you simply say, N plus A is na. N plus A is na. N plus E is ni. N plus E is ni. N plus A is ne. N plus A is ne. So that's the basic idea of Hebrew. So now, as they always do, they tell us about letters that sound alike but look different. And they tell us about letters that look alike but sound different. So we already learned the silent letter aleph. What is the job of the aleph? It is a placeholder. It simply allows the vowel to express itself. If there was no aleph, then you could never start a word with the letter a. You couldn't have the word aha, because you wouldn't be able to have the vowel because it's got nowhere to go. So here the aleph creates the space for a vowel. When you want to say a, e, I, u, you need something to hold the space, and that is the aleph that does that. But there is another letter that also does that, exactly the same job as the aleph, no difference, and that is called the ayin. The ayin. So if you used an aleph instead of an ayin, the spelling would be wrong, but the sound would be the same. So my name, for example, La-El, Lamed, Aleph, Lamed. La-El. Now, if you spelled it with an ayin, it would look very strange to anybody who speaks Hebrew because it would be spelt wrong, but it would sound exactly the same. So let's look.
Is Lel the iron? Can't at least you tell us that it would never start a word the way aleph? It would be in the middle or the end, or can you also start with that?
You can start with it. So aleph and ayin are completely interchangeable. There is no difference whatsoever, except spelling. So for example, the word el, la-el, to God. El, God. Elohim, God, from the word el. Now, el is spelt with an aleph. It could never be spelled with an ayin because it just isn't. It's like spelling, I don't know, phone with an F. It would never be spelled with an aleph. However, if you put an ayin there, it would say the same sounds. It would be wrong in a spelling test, and it would look wrong to anybody who reads Hebrew, but the sound would be precisely the same. So for example, if I take the name Yael, so there's Lael and there's Yael. I used to work with a Yael Horowitz, and people used to definitely mix us up. But in Hebrew, these are completely different names, because Lael, to God, is spelled with an aleph. And Yael, which means a mountain deer, is spelled with an ayin in the middle. So it's not only that the one's got a la at the beginning and the other's got a ya. In the middle, the one's got an aleph, the other's got an ayin. They're completely different words. Yael and Lael, they sound the same. They have nothing to do with each other. So in Hebrew, we have two silent letters. Their job is to be a placeholder for the vowel. That is what they do. Okay, now we have two letters that look kind of similar, but they have completely different sounds. And that is the gimel, which we already learned. It has a gap just here. And today we have the nun. The nun has none. No gap, absolutely none. Now you might also say that the nun looks a bit like the bet or vet. You see that? The difference between the nun and the vet is that the top and bottom of the nun are shorter. So they go kind of halfway across, whereas the bet goes all the way across.
It's also similar to that ch on the next line. That other
And it's
ch.
similar to the ch. The ch is rounded,
Oh, okay.
whereas the nun has a 90 degree at the bottom, which is more like the bet and vet. The bet and vet also sort of go, the bottom line sort of carries on a bit. But you're right, Harriet, it is like the kuf and chuf, except that it's much squarer. Those are rounder. A lot of people confuse the nun either with the gimel, but you've got to remember, this one's got a gap, this one's got none, or with the bet and vet, but the bet and vet have a longer width, if I put it that way. They're the same height as the vet. The nun is the same height as the vet, but that stops there. So if you're learning to write, you learn that you would have to carry on the top and bottom in order for it to be a bet or a vet. So that is the sound that we are dealing with, the n and the g. Now, the second sound that we are learning today, which is a kind of some people say it's a circle and it says s. It is a kind of a circle. It's slightly elongated at the top there. So when you write it in Hebrew, you sort of do like a circle, but you come in first. So you go zum and you come in at the top. So it's not quite a circle. It's also slightly squarer than a circle, but it is a sort of roundish letter, and the letter is s and called samech, and some people say circle, therefore it is s. So let me do these three lines, and let's see if everybody can follow. Na, na, ki, ni, ne, gi, ge, ne, ni, ga, and na. So they're simply trying to get your eye to tell the difference between the g and the n, and they're adding it to vowels you already know. Na, na, gi, ni, ne, gi, ge, ne, ni, ga, and na. You're going to get a chance just now to see if your eye is following that. Second line, the sound is sa, sa, si, say, sa, si, say, sid, sad. And now for our silent letter. A, 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 E, 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 A, aid, and aid. So we're combining our new sounds, N, S, and silent with a vowel. So I must say, because I have zoomed this up, it makes it a bit less clear. Just going to see if I can perhaps just make it a bit smaller. All right, it's a bit difficult for me to do that because I've got things in the way. I'm going to leave it for now. I'm sorry that it's not all that visible. I hope you can see it well enough. Anybody like to volunteer for line 1? Niz and Giz.
Where are you?
Any line 1 volunteer?
Here.
Thank you.
Na. Na.
Good.
Gi.
Good.
Ni.
Good.
Nay.
Good.
Gi.
Good.
A.
Good.
A.
Good.
Ni.
Good.
Na.
Excellent, Peter. Anybody else want to try line 1? Practice the Niz and Giz? Or anyone prefer to do line 2?
I don't mind trying line 2.
Thank you, Harriet.
Say,
Sa.
sa,
Good.
see, say,
Good.
sa,
Good.
see,
Good.
say,
Good.
sud,
Sid.
sid,
Good.
and
And-
sud.
Good.
Sud.
Excellent. Excellent, Harriet. You got it. Anyone want to try our silent letters, line 3? Reva?
I'll do it.
Oh, sorry, Dad. Reva's volunteer.
No,
but you-
Dad, do it.
All right.
No,
All right, Dad.
Fine, you do it. I'll take the next one.
Ladies first.
No,
Okay.
Kiki, I'm taking the next one.
Okay, Dad, Reva will do the next one. You do this one.
A,
Not A, but
Oh, they're too
E.
very small.
E,
so this is, you know, this vowel can be very confusing. It's this one over here. And although we think of it as the vowel A, it isn't really. It makes the sound ah. Ah, as in up.
I thought it was dots.
It's also not quite a U. But the way I always ask people to remember it is to think of the word Shabbat. Remember that very first word that you learned to read was with this very first vowel that you learned to read, which is these two. Shabbat. So I know we sort of think of it as an A, but it isn't really. It's an ah,
Right.
as in Shabbat. So that is ah. Good. Good.
E,
Good.
E,
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 good. Good.
A,
Good.
E, aid,
Good.
aid.
Excellent. Excellent. So the word aid in Hebrew with an aleph means witness. I don't know if that's what the word aiden comes from, but the word aid in Hebrew is witness. So you've learned 3 new letters, nun, samech, and ayin. Nun, not to be confused with gimel, or for that matter with vet. Samech is a sa, it's a circle, and ayin does the same job as the aleph. So far so good, everybody. Let's go on to the next. Please, question?
That aid word that you, with the aleph, the last one.
Yes.
With the aleph, does it have the same meaning as with the ayin?
No. So with the aleph, it means witness.
Yeah.
The ayin, I don't think exists as a word.
Oh. Okay.
So They are interchangeable by sound, but not in the world of spelling. But luckily, you don't have to do spelling. When you're doing Hebrew for matric, or even for like standard 7, it drives you mad because you don't know which one to use. And if you use the wrong one, they mark you wrong, but it says the same thing. I remember saying that to my teachers, but it says the same thing. They were like, well, it's not, doesn't matter if it says the same thing. Okay, so we've learned 3 new letters. Don't worry, we are still going to do lots of practicing of those letters, but we're going to get even more ambitious, and we are going to learn a new vowel. So I'm on the left-hand side. We've learned a, e, a, and a. Now tonight we get a new vowel. Remember that X is just a letter, any letter. It's 3 little dots, 2 at the top, 1 in the middle. So they make a little triangle. Can you see that? Some people say it's like a little smiley face.
Really?
And that says E. E as in bed. E
Sorry,
as,
Lael, I'm a bit lost. Where are you pointing?
I'm here.
It's not on the screen.
Oh, is it not on the screen? I'm so
It's not
sorry.
on the screen. Yeah, sorry.
Thank you for pointing that out. So let me stop sharing. I think that's the best plan. And then share again and go on to my next page. Thank you, Harriet, for pointing that out. Can you see now
Yeah.
where it says vowels at the top?
Bigger.
Yeah.
Much
got that
better.
now.
Thank you. So
Can you make the page a bit bigger?
I'm going to try. I hope it
Like
doesn't
you did before.
pixelate. I think that's
Yeah,
okay.
good.
How's that? Is that
Yeah.
good?
It's
All
great.
right. So we've learned a, e, a, and a. Those are the vowels we've learned. Now we get e, as in bed. 3 little dots, 2 at the top, 1 in the middle underneath. It looks like a little smiley face. It's like a little triangle made out of dots, 2 at the top, 1 underneath, but in the middle. E, as in bed. So let's look. We get a b and an e and a d, bed. Everybody see where it says bed? And if that says bed, then this must say head. And that must say get. So line 1, I'll do it first, you'll do it second. E, B, C, D, Me, Te, Le, E, Ge, and Ne. And line 2, now you see what they've done here? They've put the I in as a second letter. It doesn't have any vowel of its own, so it just is silent. Be, Ga, Ne, Ich, He, He, and Cha. So interesting on this line, here the second letter is silent, Be. Here the second letter is silent, Ga. And here the second letter is silent, Ne. Because when a he is at the end, you can kind of try and say it, he, ne, but there isn't really, it's like having an H at the end of a word in English, like the word O, O-H or R. You can't really say it. So, who would like to try line 1 for us? All the is.
Okay.
Thank you, Reva. You are definitely next, birthday girl.
Thank you. All right, so it's E, B, C, D, Me, Te, Le, E, Ge, Ne.
Excellent. So now what you're showing, Reva, is that you know all of our letters. Well, that's not quite all of them, but that's a very big proportion, especially the ones we've learned quite recently. You know all of them, and you can add them to the new vowel E and read all the way across. So I'm going to do it one more time. I want everyone to read to themselves as I go. I hope you all will be able to do line 1. E, B, C, D, me, te, le, e, ge, and ne. Ne, as in ne. Anybody volunteer for line 2?
I'll volunteer. I just want you to say the sound of the first E that we're learning today and then the 1 dot. It's E and E. Is that the difference?
That's right. E and E.
Okay. So that's be,
Good.
ga,
Good.
li,
Vowel.
ne. Ne.
Good.
Ich,
Good.
what's over the bottom there? I can't see it. So is it a line? Yeah.
It's just, no, it's a single dot.
Oh, he.
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 Just the 1 dot. He.
That's confusing. He, hey,
Not hey, but
he.
he, because it's
He.
the 3 dots. He.
He and ga.
Excellent, Harriet. Excellent. So let's do it again for everybody. Be,
Be,
ga,
ga,
ne,
ne,
ich,
he,
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 and ga.
and ga.
Okay, so the vowels are, the vowels do require like, they come, but they just require a bit of practice. So the one with the 3 is e, the single one is e or e, and this flat one is an a. So all we're doing is we're adding that vowel to a new letter. Well done, Harriet. So what they want to do in the rest of this exercise is they basically want to teach you to write letters. It's not a bad idea to learn to write letters because it really kind of consolidates what you're learning. But we are not going to learn to write in this class because it's a bit complicated to do it over Zoom. And also, well, anyway, it is nice to learn to write, but you don't need to learn to write in order to read from the prayer book. And then they've got some quite nice exercises, which you can do yourselves. So here, number 3, in each line, circle the letters that have the same sound as the English letter in the box. So let's just have a quick look at that exercise. So the letter in the box is silent letter. So can I ask you, I'm going to point to a letter. If it's a silent letter, somebody shout stop.
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 Good.
Stop.
Stop. Stop.
Okay, so you see how to do the exercise. So let's go here. The sound S.
Stop.
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 Stop. Stop.
Stop.
Okay, so it's quite a nice exercise. You can do it by yourself at home. You
That's
just got to
musical
try and
chairs.
identify your exactly. You've got to identify which is that sound by running across, and it's really just practicing to make sure that your eye can distinguish, particularly things that can become a bit confusing. So that is quite a nice exercise. And then I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to pick up my new page and start sharing again.
Next page.
And I think my new page is this one, I think. Yes, it is. So let me make it bigger. No, that's the one I've just done. Sorry. Share again. So the next page is actually now a whole lot of practicing. And it's quite a lot more difficult than the exercise we've just done. So they sort of ramp up a little bit. So let me just get on to, so now we're back into like the world of, doing 3-letter words and then even 4-letter words. So it does become quite difficult. I'm just trying to make it bigger. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't move things away. Let me just, I guess I'm going to have to stop sharing. Sorry about that. Make it bigger first, and then I'll share it with you. I think that's the only way I'm going to manage. There, that's going to be much better. Okay, so back to sharing. Share, share, share. We're going to share that one over there. Good. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Good. Great. So I'm going to read line 1. If I say anything that you didn't expect me to say, or if you have any queries, stop me, please. Line 1. Sa va. You see the a as in Shabbat. Sa va. Sa Bave. Sa vive. Ba sad. And sa vive. We're just going to try that one for now. Sorry.
That last word?
Sa vive. So they've been a bit cruel here. They've used the vav twice.
Yeah, I
You
thought
see
that.
that?
Yeah.
Sa vive. Sa vive. Quite difficult, especially because they put the yud in the middle to make the e sound longer. So it also looks quite strange. We're just going to do one line, and then we're going to do this funny little exercise that they've put at the bottom because it's quite fun. So I'm going to do that again. Sa va. Sa bave. Sa vive. Ba sad. And sa vive. Any questions? Okay, anybody want to try line 1? Not easy.
I will.
Thank you, Ma.
Ça va,
Good.
ça bave,
Good.
ça vive,
Good.
va sad,
Good.
ça vive.
Excellent, Ma. So homework tonight is going to be these 4 lines, which I'm going to send out on the voice note. Not easy, but not beyond what you've done before, just that you've now got an E sound and you've now got some new letters. And to help to prepare for that, we are going to do this silly little, funny little exercise at the bottom. Because you know, they love doing this in this book, and it is actually quite fun. So, I want to ask somebody to volunteer for line 1. It's quite, as I say, it's a kind of a humorous little thing that they've done. See if you can work out what it's saying. Anybody?
Okay, I'll try.
Thank you.
C.
Good, but make it a bit longer because of the yud.
Oh, C.
Good, C.
No, Betty.
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 What's your first vowel?
Itty. No, it.
It. Now say the whole thing together.
C. Betty. It.
Good. Now say it quickly.
See Betty it.
See Betty eat.
Oh, Betty.
They should have put a yud to make it longer. See Betty eat.
See Betty eat. Okay.
Yes. Good. Well done, Peter. And now very much along the same lines, who will do line 2?
I'll
Peter.
try.
Thank you. Thank you, Harriet.
Eat.
It.
It. Beat.
Eight.
Not B, but E.
It's a Betty. Oh, Betty again. Here she comes.
Good.
C, Betty.
Eight.
Oh, same.
It. So
It.
good. So say it all together.
Eat, Betty. Eat. Betty.
Yeah.
Eat. Yeah.
This is like run, John, run.
Eat. Now, actually,
I
to
said
be
that, yeah.
correct,
Sorry.
well done, Harriet. Well done. So what they should have done is they should have put a year in the middle because it would have made it a little bit longer. So these are really quite silly, but anyway, that's what they're doing.
They're helpful,
I'll just do
yeah.
the rest because they're kind of cute. So see Betty eat. Eat, Betty, eat. See Betty eat quiche. Now, I don't really know what quiche is. But anyway, it must refer to some food that is more known to people in America than me. Anyone know what quiche is?
Yeah.
No?
You fry a lot of stuff and you put an egg custard and then you bake it.
Really?
Yeah, it's French.
Quiche? We'll have to try some.
It's a kishka.
A kishka.
Not a
Oh,
quiche.
no, Kishka is different.
Or otherwise it could be a quiche, as in Quiche.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know, but
Okay.
I don't know what they're after. Anyway, a quiche or a quiche, I don't know what they're after. So see Betty eat quiche. Eat quiche. Eat. Eat quiche. Betty eat quiche.
I think it's meant to be a quiche.
See Bub eat Betty's quiche. See Betty beat Bub. So I must say, like, I want to only say that these are a little silly, but anyway, that's what they are. So for homework, we're going to do lines 1 to 4. And then next week, what we're going to do is we're going to do this page, which is page 37. And really on page 37, we are doing exactly the same as what we're doing now, but it's for consolidation. So I'll just read, just so that you're getting your eye to see these slightly longer letters, longer words. On line 1, ved, a gel, a da, a ne, a na, and e case. Now, what's interesting about the words on the right is they are all real Hebrew words. So as you can see, you are beginning to be able to read real Hebrew words, not just 1 or 2, but lots. And that's because you are getting near to the end of the alphabet. So you are now nearly able to read real words, and you've now covered most of your vowels. You've still got the oohs and the ohs, which we haven't done. We're still going to do ooh and oh. But this week we did the e. And the e is a very common and important sound, without which it really is very difficult to read most words. So just to say to you, you are really getting there. You have learned now most of your letters and most of your vowels. So it is just a matter now of keep on tracking with consolidating the letters we've learned with the vowels we've learned. And then it's a couple more lessons with a few more vowels and a few more letters. And then we are not actually very far from being able to read Hebrew all in all. So for homework, I'll put it on the note, but I'm going to ask everybody to do lines 1 to 4. The most important thing is to try and remember the sounds of the vowels. I, E, and today we learned E as in bed. Any questions about anything we've covered tonight, or perhaps about any of these lines 1 to 4?
No,
Okay.
all good, thanks.
Yes, I'm listening.
Said no, all good, thanks.
All good. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. So I will send out this for homework 36. I'll send out the voice note. Everybody, please try and do page 36 for homework. If you want to send it to me on a voice note, I can always tell you if you were correct or if anything was incorrect. Next week, we are going to try and get through page 37. And then the week after that, we are going to go on to a new lesson, which is going to be a new vowel again and new letters again. But for this week and next week, we focus on lesson 5. Good luck, everybody. Stay safe and well, and lots of love.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, cheers. Bye, everybody.
Stay well.
Thank you, Bill.
Thursday,
Have a nice glass of wine tonight, Reva. I hope you've still got some.
Still a little left. It's been a whole year, one bottle, but thank you. I will, and I'll think of you. Thank you for another, just for me, the most fascinating way of teaching. I'm just so overawed. It talks to me. But so thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who joined us for this class. And just to let you know that this Friday night, Kabbalat Shabbat, will be by a wonderful guy and a very fascinating guy who actually, I think, grew up and took a major part in Temple Israel Hillbrow long before I got there, which is Hilton Ellis from the UK. So he's going to be
doing very well.
So please, Marlene, try and join us. He's
Yeah,
doing
that's a good idea.
And
You should
that's
try and
on,
join.
yeah, that's on Friday night. And Saturday, it's Marion and myself again. So thank you so much, Lo, for another beautiful lesson.
Thank you.
Shavuot.
Lots of love, everybody, and stay well.